Welcome back to the channel. In the last video we installed the Gobi roof rack on the Jeep, and in this video we're adding lights. Grab a coffee and enjoy. So here on this table are the lights I'm using. These are Hella lights. I got 4 for up top and I got 2 for the sides. The kits come with the mounting hardware, wiring, fuses, a switch, and instructions. So it should be relatively simple to install. Installing these lights should completely transform the look of the Jeep. It's gonna make it look like a toy car, and I'm really excited for that. There was one thing I knew I didn't want to do when getting lights for the Jeep. I knew I wanted lights, but I did not want to spend $1,000 or more on lights. I was looking at KC and DiodeDynamics and those other high name, big name lighting brands, and you could hardly find a set of 4 lights for under $800. And I knew I wanted something with the cool covers that say the name on it, and the really only options are KC and Hella, which I forgot about. Hella is a lighting brand that's kind of like an OG lighting brand. They do like rally races and all that stuff, and they do a lot of halogen lights. And the reason why I'm putting halogens on this is because I kind of like that classic vintage look of the halogens. I have halogen headlights, so it'll look really good and it'll match the whole vibe of the Jeep. So these lights here will replace these yellow lights. These are Amazon lights and they have moisture in them. They're cheap lights. I like the amber look. I ordered amber covers for the ones that are gonna go up there, but they unfortunately are the wrong type. They're for 500 LED lights and I got the halogens. But these lights are gonna replace these, and then these lights are gonna go up here. And it should complete the look of the Jeep that I'm going for. So I think my plan for these is to just unplug these and then put those in its spot and keep that fuse and switch. So these lights will have a separate switch from the ones on top. That'll make it easier for these install, and then it'll just allow me to separate which lights I want to turn on. So before I start the actual install, I gotta take this piece off here, which starts with the windshield wipers. And there's a few Phillips head screws, and then eventually you can just pop this thing right off. There are also a few screws underneath here. There is one right here on this side, one on the other side, might be one in the middle. So that should be good. So I'm just gonna cut these wires and then wire it right to the other lights. Since they have the same, just positive, negative, it should work like these do with the switch. Just got them hooked up. Let's do the test. It worked. Now other side's the same process, and then we'll start on the top ones. Okay, I got the 2 front lights on. Now I'm just gonna keep this cowl off and then put on the top lights. I'll probably do the mounts first and then put the lights on, because then I'll run the wires through that same area. So I'll just keep it off, might as well. After many hours of wire routing and electrical taping and figuring things out, they're wired up. And a little pat on my own back, I got the wiring correct the first time, which doesn't always happen. It's like 11 o'clock at night now, but watch this. They work. I'm gonna pick the video back up tomorrow. So this morning I came out, turned on the top 4 lights, and they didn't turn on. And I was about to freak out because I electrical taped all the wires because I tested it last night and they worked, which you saw. But I checked the fuses and it was blowing the fuse. It's a 15 amp fuse that came with the kit that I used. I didn't use the wiring that came with the hella lights. I used the wiring kit that I bought. So basically the way I ran the lights is 2 of the lights act as 1. So basically the 4 lights act as 2 lights. They're wired together. And I have a fuse on each set. So I have 2 fuses for the lights, and then I have a main fuse before the relay. And that main fuse was a 15 amp, which works for the 2 lights, but I think I needed a little bit more, a bigger fuse for all 4 lights. So I ran to AutoZone, got a 30 amp fuse, and now it works. It works. So now you're up on top of the Jeep here, and you can see how I wired it. These each go down, and the wind fairing is a really good place to hide all the wires behind, so you can't even see them. So all the wires are ran kind of underneath the fairing there, and then they go down here. I didn't really do anything to this part. I think it should be fine though. And then it goes down here and into this piece there, and then into the hood. And my fuses, I guess I'll open up the hood. So then the wires run in here. My 2 fuses for the lights are here, and then it's all ran next to the other relay. This is the new one, that's the one that was already in there. So pretty clean. And then I put the switch, I'll show inside. The switch runs next to the other switch down there. So there's the new switch, and there's the old switch. So super clean, and it works. Overall, I'm so happy with how it turned out. It looks like a toy Jeep and like an RC car or something like that, and that's kind of what I was going for, and it's functional. Make sure you follow Sean's Coffee House on Instagram for some behind the scenes and more content, and subscribe for more. I upload on Sunday mornings, so stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.